an estimated 5% of the capital's rubble has been cleared, and many streets are still blocked with debris. Makeshift camps in and around Port-au-Prince house more than 1 million people. We shot this video at Champ de Mars, a camp in front of the presidential palace, a year ago. Today, the structures are more permanent, and so is the misery. 33-year-old Jacques Pierre has been living in this tent for the past year. Unemployed, he survives on food coupons from aid organizations and the generosity of neighbors.
I'm frustrated because there is nobody that is going to come around here and give us help. The whole situation is hopeless.
The camps are also increasingly dangerous, particularly for women. According to the human rights organization Amnesty International, violence against women and sexual assaults are on the rise. 20-year-old Manuela Laurent said 3 young men with guns pounded on the door of her shelter a few nights ago and demanded sex. Neighbors heard the scuffle and scared the men away. Adding to the misery, the cholera epidemic has killed 3,500 people. The only bright spot, officials are cautiously optimistic the epidemic is declining in many parts of the country. Dr. Corinne Nordstrand treats cholera patients at a Doctors Without Borders facility in Port-au-Prince.
The last week we had about 40-50 new patients per day. In the whole center now we have about 120 patients. And as compared to earlier, we had the week of Christmas was about 110 new patients per day.
But the daily street protests are a sign of mounting frustration. Down with Preval, they chant, and accuse him of manipulating last November's still unresolved presidential election. Evans Paul is a former mayor of Port-au-Prince and a leader of the opposition party. He blames the Preval government and the political process for the lack of progress.
Parce que justement, il y a un gros problème de gouvernance.
The first problem is there is a major mismanagement problem. Instead of the government trying to work toward solving the problems the people face, they're consumed with trying to hold on to power.
Others say it is not that simple. Matthew Cochran with the International Red Cross has been working to build 360 transitional shelters in Port-au-Prince. He says the government was turned upside down from the earthquake like everyone else. Workers were killed, offices were destroyed, and records lost.
It's got hurricane straps on it.
He says something as simple as acquiring legal title to the land this project was built on is now very complicated. And similar logistical problems have slowed rebuilding efforts across the board.
The last thing you want to do is complete a construction project and have provided people with transitional homes, with good homes, and then a landlord turn up and say, you had no right to build here, I want this torn down.
But Cochran also acknowledges clarity in the political process will speed up rebuilding the country.
Right. There needs to be a credible, trusted, functioning central government that can not only clearly lay out the direction that they want this country to go, but that can also be seen as a credible partner by the international community and by international donors.
But Haiti faces a prolonged period of political uncertainty. The Electoral Council has signaled it will delay the second round of the presidential election until the Organization of American States investigates fraud allegations in the first round. There is also pressure to nullify the election entirely and start over. Swicord, VOA News, Port-au-Prince.